It's done when I say it's done. Spikes breaking bread. You're gonna want more.
Hi everyone, welcome to a milestone episode for me, number 10. Who would have thought it? Today I'm actually going to show you 3 different desserts that I'm going to mix together to end up like this. It's obviously something to do with the Soccer World Cup that's just started, and I decided to make a dessert in the colours of the German flag. Not that simple when you think about it. I stumbled across something on the internet a couple of days ago. I was looking for some food colourings that are natural, and I came across this stuff. It's made by a company called Eat a Rainbow, and as you see the colours, it's beautiful, and they're all 100% natural. They're also more than just a food colouring, they've got their own flavour as well, because they're made of fruits and vegetables 100%. I've only been eating 2 of them today to make my German flag colours, but as you see they've got blue and green and purple as well as red, gold and yellow. So for flags and for decorations of desserts and stuff, it's quite handy. I'll take the 4 of them away that I won't be using. The reason that I made the 2 different ones here is because if you wanted to turn one of them out of the glass, then you have to make it in the right order. You've got the German flag that way as well. Right, the 3 different desserts that I'm making are, we'll start at the top, a very interesting one, the black. Was the hardest one to find something to make into a dessert. I came up with Guinness and Coca Cola and made it to a jelly. Then in the middle I've got a strawberry puree that's also solidified with some gelatine, and the bottom is a Panna Cotta. It's the classic Italian dessert, very simple to make. All I've done here is to add some lemon zest to give it a bit more taste and the yellow food colouring. I'll give you a quick run through the ingredients, although I've already said most of them. The first thing is the Coca Cola, which also happens to be a Soccer World Cup Memorial Edition. Then of course the Guinness. I've got some strawberries, about 300 grams, the cream, lemon, I've got a vanilla pod, and then for each of the desserts I've got about the same amount of sugar and the same amount of gelatine. We'll be making about 500 mils of each of the desserts, and if you want you can pour them into glasses as I've done here. Don't forget that you have to let them solidify in the fridge before you can put the next layer on.
Now it gets really difficult.
I'll start with the Guinness and Coca Cola jelly. With the Guinness we only need about 250 mils, we'll go half and half with the Coca Cola.
If you're not into Guinness, just use Coca Cola by itself.
This is probably going to really fizz up even more. The only thing to do now is put in the sugar and put in the gelatine.
Told you, difficult, huh?
And as you see, it's foaming up. What I'm using here, by the way, is instant gelatine, which means you don't have to warm it up or you don't have to soak the sheets of it before you use it. It's just that much more simple. Actually, I think I better use a whisk. Moving on to the Panna Cotta.
First, grate the lemon zest into the cream. Add the sugar, then slice the vanilla pod down the centre and scrape out the seeds. Then put everything, including the pod, into the saucepan. Now it's on to the strawberry puree. Cut the stems out of the strawberries and put them into a measuring cup. Add water up to the 500 ml line, throw in the sugar and puree them. In with the gelatine, mix it up some more, splash your face, and then add the colouring. Mix it up some more, and as you can see, this really intensifies the colour.
We just put those to the side now and go on with the Panna Cotta. I'll go over to the stove to do that. Clean these up first. Tastes like burnt beer.
Here's where you've got to be really careful. Stir the cream until it boils. The second you see the bubbles, lift it off the heat to stop it from boiling over. Then simmer it for another 3 minutes.
What I'll do now is strain the Panna Cotta. We don't want the lemon zest to stay in it because that'll just sink to the bottom and form a layer of it by itself there, which is not really nice. Now for some of the yellow colouring and the gelatine.
You should do this whilst the cream is still warm, so that the gelatine dissolves easier.
So that's basically it. The 3 separate desserts that go together to make my German flag dessert. Each one of them though, as a separate dessert, work as well. Something totally different. There you go. Come back again next week for episode 11. Looking forward to it. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Here's something. Have you ever noticed that stressed, spelled backwards, is desserts?